What's up, guys? So peak week has officially begun. As you can see, we lost the facial hair for the show. So today we have legs. Gonna push real hard for the next few days and then probably lay off the gas a bit after that, just because we don't want to go into the show beat up. We want these workouts to work for us in terms of helping load the muscles with glycogen and just kind of keeping size and all that. We don't want to create too much of a hole to try and recover from, because at this point we're not going to be able to. So starting today, the protein has gone down from 275 to 200. Carbs went up from 100 to 125, and then fats have gone from 60 down to 40. So not a lot of food right now. It'll probably be that way through most of the week, and then of course we'll be carbing up later in the week. That's about it. Cardio kind of changes on the daily now. So today we have 35 minutes instead of 45, and sodium we're now keeping pretty low. About 3,000 milligrams of sodium, which is really nothing. And water also, goal 2 gallons of water per day now, and this is going to help with the drying out process. When you overload your body with water, it just keeps excreting it, and you get drier and harder. So that's about it for now. We're going to get some footage from today and just kind of update you guys each day as we go along through peak week here, and kind of show you guys the process a little bit. So the video will be a little bit longer than usual, but I really don't want to miss anything. So just going to make sure I get what I can for you. guys, it's Tuesday, so day 2 of peak week. Just finished with chest and back today and got my cardio done while I was in here as well. So gym's really busy. I'm in here much sooner than I normally would be, so there's a lot more people, so doing videos today just wasn't too easy. So anyway, it's a pretty basic workout, just a few push movements, a few pull movements, and just one set to failure on everything, and kind of left it at that. We're not trying to, again, we're not trying to destroy anything. We're not really trying to, grow necessarily at this point. We're just trying to keep things rolling, as far as just maintaining the muscle that we have, and kind of getting the muscles to respond better to carbohydrates later in the week. So nothing fancy there. But with that being said, since I wasn't able to get any footage, I did get a couple questions on my last YouTube video, so I'm going to go ahead and cover those real quick for you. So the first one was hunger management, and so the easiest way to manage hunger is you're going to want to change your food sources. One of the things that I did, and there's a couple of reasons for this, but as far as hunger management goes, it works really well. So instead of, say, like turkey or beef or something that has, kind of a higher fat content, one option you have is switching to like a white fish, tilapia, cod. I like flounder personally, and that's going to give you a larger volume of food that you can eat in that regard. As far as carbohydrates go, that's kind of the trickiest one personally. Main reason being, as your carbs get lower, there's not a whole lot of carb sources I find that are slow enough to digest that it really does much for hunger. So one of the things that I do like to do, though, is, let's say we have 50 grams of carbs in a meal, we'll just say. So what I might do is, instead of 50 grams of carbs worth of rice, pasta, whatever, I will instead do maybe 25 to 30 grams of carbs from those sources, and then fill the rest out with vegetables. Reason being, they obviously don't taste as good, but there's a lot more fiber in that, and that's going to kind of help to keep you feeling fuller longer, and just kind of helps take those hunger pains away. And there's plenty of ways to make this stuff taste pretty darn good. I'm not a fan of veggies at all, but I've eaten a ton of them in prep, just through simple seasonings and things like that. In my opinion, don't be afraid of low sugar sauces or the low calorie stuff. Just don't go ballistic with it, because low calorie doesn't mean no calorie, and a bottle of sugar-free barbecue sauce is still going to be plenty of calories. So don't go nuts, but a couple tablespoons of stuff like that on a meal is not going to hurt nothing. And of course, fiber does not react in the body the same as traditional carbs, so that's also going to affect, they have a lower caloric value. That's a whole other video I could do on that. But anyway, so that's pretty much it for those. When it comes to fats, obviously there's not a whole lot of options there. Pretty much any fat is the easiest thing. Your body burns through that, doesn't spend a whole lot of calories actually digesting it. So as far as that goes, you really just kind of adjust your meats and things like that to kind of combat as your fats get lower. So looks like I'm about to run out of time, so I'm going to cut this part and free up some space on this stupid phone, and I'll get to the second question. Thanks, guys. Here now. So the other question is about energy. So this one's a tricky one, because there's really no super helpful answer to this one. From a competitor's side of things, by the time you get to where you do start having issues with energy and all of that, honestly, the only few things, all you can really do is just increase your sleep, nap if possible. I know for most of us that's just not an option, but it is very beneficial if you do have the time. I would also say that implementing caffeine to a certain extent would be good, provided you don't have any heart problems or anything like that. If you do have heart problems, then of course caffeine is does run the possibility of causing issues. So if you don't, then I would recommend something like 200 to 300 milligrams of caffeine spread evenly throughout the day. That's going to help you a little bit with that energy. The biggest issue on a competitor side of things, though, is typically the energy drop beyond sleep and everything is really just the low calories, so your body doesn't have a whole lot to use during the day. Your body fat starts getting lower, so your body becomes more resistant to using that for fuel, and so your energy levels will inevitably drop. There does come a point where there's really not a whole lot you can do, and you just have to you really just got to buck up and push through it. It's hard, it's not fun, but it's what's got to be done. On the other side of things, if you're, say, doing a diet, trying to lose, 20, 30 pounds, whatever it is you're trying to do, if you're a ways off from your goal, then you really shouldn't be losing energy. If you are, then more than likely either sleep can still be an issue. Sleep is a big issue for a lot of people. I personally don't know a whole lot of people that get enough sleep because life is just so busy. So that's going to be goal number one always, is try to prioritize sleep. You may have to watch less TV at night or whatever the case may be, but if you want to feel good and have energy, that's what you're going to have to do. The other thing, though, is keep track of the weight that you're losing. The first, I would say, 1 to 3 weeks or so, especially if you're pretty heavy, it's not uncommon to lose 5 to 10 pounds, each week for those weeks. After that, though, it really needs to slow down. Reason being, in those first few weeks, typically what you're doing is you're losing your body fat, you're losing water weight, and you're also losing, your glycogen stores. So all this is going to go down at the same time. Personally, I've found, when you, for instance, in a lot of cases, throughout this prep, we've dropped 15, 20 grams of carbs, which is, under 100 calories. And realistically, you need to, in order to drop a pound of body fat, you need to be in a total of 3,500 calories deficit every week. That obviously is not going to create that, but I would still lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. Why? Because we're losing body fat, water, and glycogen. So after that initial period, a realistic way to continue going about it is going to be 1 to 2 pounds per week. 1 is ideal, 2 is okay if you're pretty heavy. But as you do start to trim out and get closer to your goal, believe it or not, you do actually want that to slow down just a little bit. Reason being, again, at best, if you're losing more than that, you're losing some some glycogen and some water. And worst case scenario, you're losing some of the muscle that you have. And even if you're not trying to be a competitor or a bodybuilder, I still feel that it's very important not to just kind of throw that away. Whatever you have, it would be ideal to keep it. For one, you're going to look better when you get to your goal weight, and for two, it's just, in my opinion, it's healthier. You don't want to be in such a deficit that your entire body is starting to waste away. It's not necessary, and in the long haul, it's not going to help you achieve the look that you're trying to achieve anyhow. So that's about it. So if you are, continuing to lose a lot of weight after the first few weeks, I would recommend increasing your calories if you're having an energy issue. If you feel really good, then you might be okay. Just keep an eye on things, and try and track it the best you can. And otherwise, increase your food. We ideally want to diet on as much as we can, and that's how we keep our energy. What's up, guys? So I just wanted to give you a quick update. We are 1 day away from weigh-ins and check-ins for the show. So today is just cardio. Carbs are up to 225 today. Protein stays at 200. Fats are at 40 still. Everything's been going pretty well. Big daily changes. Even big changes between morning and evening check-ins. So that's been really cool. So anyway, yeah, just getting this last cardio session done here in town before we leave. Then we'll be heading for Tucson. So definitely going to be another busy day today, and just kind of putting the finishing touches on everything. And tomorrow we'll get tanned up and get checked in and all that good stuff. And then I have I think tomorrow, in case I don't get a chance to do one of these, we're going to take the carbs up to 300 tomorrow, and I will be doing a full upper body session tomorrow. Kind of similar to what it was yesterday. Nothing, strength's not going to be anything crazy or nothing like that. We're just going to be kind of trying to shuttle nutrients and all that good stuff. And then Saturday for the show, we'll see how we're going to handle that. That's still a bit to be determined. So I'm not sure what we'll be doing there just yet, but so far so good, and we're just about there. on a show later. But we went and did it anyway, and so I ended up taking 5th in novice, didn't place in the open. I don't fully agree with the way placing and whatnot went, but I'm not a judge, so it really doesn't matter. But it was an interesting show. I don't know, everything was kind of done a lot different than I remember. We pretty much, we got judged in the morning, and then that was the end of it, essentially. I think the only people that really got compared in the night show was, the top 2 of the classes. Otherwise, they pretty much just left us where we fell in the morning. So, which is, largely, placings aside, simply frustrating, because we made a lot of improvements throughout the day. We really grinded hard, and we're able to peak really well. Obviously didn't have the best look of everyone up there, not by a mile, but it would have been nice to at least get looked at night. And I'm not trying to throw shade at nobody, but it's frustrating. We spend 5-6 months prepping for these shows, and then to be judged off of about 60 seconds in the morning, really kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. So that's most of the bad stuff. It was nice to get back on stage again, despite everything, but the best parts were, I got to reconnect with an old, good friend of mine. I fully consider us brothers. And my family was there, and my fiance and all that, so that was really nice. Of course, getting out of town's always good, so, that was a positive. So, one of my favorite things about it, actually, looking back, is that my nephew was there, and he's able to see his uncle get knocked down, and we're going to continue to push on anyway. Sorry for the lack of enthusiasm. I'm still kind of reeling from it, but I'm doing a lot better. Trying to focus on the positives of it, such as that one. And just kind of show everyone that, no matter how hard you work, you're going to get beat, you're going to get knocked down, these things are going to happen. And, the only thing that separates the best from everyone else is really just that the best never give up. There's not a single pro on stage, to my knowledge anyway, that has never lost. It just doesn't happen. So the key is just get back up, get back to work, and keep pushing forward on it. So yeah, it was an interesting trip, but again, we did have a lot of fun after the show. It was really nice just kind of hanging out and chilling with everybody, and eating some good food for the first time in 6 months or whatever it was. So it was, it ended really well, and in the end, I'm glad we did it. I do of course wish we had done things a little differently, but it was a good experience, and again, I'm not done yet, not by a long shot. So I was kind of, I've been spending the last almost a week now trying to kind of figure out, what's next. So what I'm thinking is definitely competing again next year, probably earlier in the year. I'm not sure. I don't want to throw dates and shows out there just yet, because I do need to get my health, back in order. Competing's not the healthiest thing in the world, so we're going to, kind of focus on health right now. I'm going to be doing a growth phase, but it's going to be pretty short, and like no real supplementation or nothing. We're just going to push up real hard for 4 to 6 weeks is what I'm thinking, and then probably take another short little break, and then possibly hop into prep again. Kind of depending on how we look and what I think we can do. I'm pretty confident about doing another show, because I do think that, I honestly, excuse me, I honestly believe that I could have won this show had we been in shape. So I just want to take some time, put on a little bit more size, and maybe put on a little bit of what we probably lost through prep, and kind of take it from there. Again, I'm pretty confident that I could win a show in shape. It's just a matter of, never hurts to have a little more muscle. So we're going to try to put some more on, and I'll be prepping myself through this. Something that I was hesitant to try before, having someone coach me through one, because I had coached myself through the first show that I did, and it was completely miserable. I knew nothing and really had no business trying to do that. So this time I decided to have a coach, and really getting coached through this, kind of reaffirmed to me that I do know my body really well, and I do know what I'm doing. And so I think it'd be a little easier for me personally if I, kind of take the reins and get it done. I think that, one of the biggest things is just, it's easier. I don't know. I have a good handle of what I need, where I'm at certain points. One thing that I use to track everything that, I was doing while I was being, while I was getting coached, is my waist size. It doesn't work well for everyone as far as like getting in shape goes, but I found for me there's a very, very, very large correlation between my waist size and overall condition. And to be quite honest, at this show I was probably a good 1.5 to 2 inches around the waist bigger than I should have been. So that's, one of the big factors for me, and that's something that I know how to keep track of that. And again, this kind of just reaffirmed to me that, I have the knowledge that I need to do what I'm trying to do, and I, just need to get it, get with it, and do this thing. So, so yeah, 4 to 6 week growth phase. That'll be the next series on here. I'm going to document that. I'm going to be doing DC style training. This one's more for the intermediate to advanced level lifters. You can definitely take away things from it as a beginner, but it's pretty intense, and you really need to know how to train. You need to have your form down, and you really need to learn how to train to and pass failure and all that, for this to really be effective. It's a much lower volume style of workout. So what I'll probably do is I may put probably more of each workout in the videos each week. I think having every exercise in there would still be, a bit much. The video is going to be too long, so I'll still cut everything a bit. But the goal is definitely, more. I can get more of the exercises in there for you guys, because again, these workouts are much shorter. But again, very, very intense, with a very, very heavy emphasis on heavy weight, and increasing your reps, and just constant progression week after week after week. We were doing that before, but this style of training I found has worked really well for me in the past. It's only 3 days a week, each workout. Depending on strength level, these workouts can last anywhere between 45 minutes and an hour and a half, somewhere in there. I'm kind of like right in between the two, because I'm not like some monster tank guy, you know, when it comes to strength. So so anyway, sorry for rambling, but you know, I thought about this video all week and really just couldn't figure out what I was going to say. So so that's about it. Stay tuned for all of that. Once I do kind of decide what's after the growth phase, you know, I will of course put that out, because I want to do another series for my next prep. I think things will be a lot better this time. Just you know, I learned so much through this, and you know, I think we can do really well. So I'm going to use the last part of this video to let everyone know I have kind of always had in my, you know, the bottom of my posts that I do offer online coaching. I'm going to be really pushing that now. I hadn't done it through prep because I was, you know, it was kind of stressful. I think moving forward, I've learned how to manage everything really well, and I think that, you know, I will be able to make everything work. You know, I've got a good solid plan for everything. So I'm going to be offering that for anyone interested, and I'll also put my email on Instagram. It's in my bio. Here on YouTube, I will put it in the description, and then Facebook as well. I'll, you know, put that down there. So just so everyone's aware of that. And if you know of anyone that'd be interested, or if you would be interested, just let me know. I'm very, you know, pretty versatile when it comes to, you know, what kind of diets you want to run and things like that. There's a lot of different options we can run with, whether you're, you know, vegan, whatever the, you know, regular vegan, vegetarian, you know, just traditional bodybuilding, whatever it is. And just typical lifestyle coaching as well. You don't have to be a competitor, and you know, your goal doesn't have to be to get big or anything like that. So that's something that I'm going to be doing. So again, if you or anyone you know would be interested, please send them my way. Just shoot an email to me inquiring about it, and I will get back to you. You know, I'll get back to you right away, and kind of give you a basic rundown of how everything works, and of course costs and all that good stuff. So we're gonna do that too. Beyond that, I just want to, you know, take a minute to thank the people that really helped me. You know, of course, my coach Josh Connor. You know, he did pay a lot of attention to detail, and he, you know, really you know, I learned so much working with him. You know, I can't thank him enough. Dusty Hanshaw, who coached me from September to May before he had his very scary medical emergency. You know, we put on a lot of muscle in the time that we worked together. So I owe a big thanks to him as well. To my mom, my sister, my brother John, my fiance for, you know, putting up with me through the whole thing, because I know I was a joy at times. And you know, prep is very hard on both people, so you know, I'm very grateful that she was able to stick it out with me and make it through, because it is, you know, mentally and physically it's very draining. So you know, very glad that, you know, I had her with me through that. And so I thank God for the health and well-being to be able to do what I'm doing, and you know, just for the drive that he's put in me to keep going and to keep doing this stuff. You know, it's not always easy. As much as we love it, you know, there's aspects to it, like anything, that, you know, it's hard. But you know, he's blessed me a lot, you know, in the last year, and you know, with different opportunities that have come up, and you know, again, just the health and well-being to keep cranking, because it's, you know, it's not easy on the body. So so I think that's pretty much everybody. I apologize if I missed anyone. I had a lot of support from a lot of people through this, and I just want you to know I'm very grateful for you guys. Thank you so much. And again, stay tuned, because the new series will be coming up next weekend. And you know, we're gonna put on a little size and probably get back to it, and we're gonna do what we set out to do this time. Thanks again, guys.